Performances are real. And we've gone a few different directions with the show so far, but I'd like to set a different mood for a moment, a more serious and inquisitive. We're going to cerebrally stimulate you for but a moment. Now, this is another hometown talent, a gentleman I've been fortunate to work with numerous occasions on corporate gigs, but this is also his first time performing here at the Dead Man's Carnival, officially with the band and all that. If you like what you see, I'm sure you can approach him, get a business card. He is local. So welcome to the stage, Mr. Lachlan Masters.
Good evening. Psychologists have shown that no two people experience the world in exactly the same way. Everything that we sense is filtered through our own personal biases and preconceived notions. This is a little rowdier audience. So, if reality is created in our minds, and if art can change the way that you look at the world, then art can literally change the world. This has some very interesting consequences for magic. It's not that bad. I would like 5 volunteers. One volunteer, I'm going to ask to head somebody who catches an arrow kind of on this side of the audience. I'd like to pick people at random, though. I will warn you, these are neither imaginary nor illusionary. If you see one coming at you, try to catch it. At the very least, don't let it hit you in the face. Oh, that one came back. I want to get at least one up there. So these are supposed to be shot out of a gun. My wife gets so much pleasure out of the weird things I have to practice. So most of you, and because this one's going to come kind of towards the front. That'd be perfect. If you wouldn't mind coming over to the side so you don't have to jump up on stage, I'm going to ask each of you who caught an arrow. I can't actually see you, especially the guys up there, because the house lights were going to come on. But there we go. Oh, there you guys are, shiny, happy people. I'm just going to ask you to visualize a scene and to imagine yourself taking some action. And then, oh yeah, come on up here. Super. And then you're the 5th volunteer. You also get to hold the envelope. Now, you can tell me what envelope says. Prediction. It's the prediction envelope. The problem with performing an illusion entirely in your mind, magicians, well, we lie for a living. And if what I'm about to do exists almost entirely in your imagination, there are no lies. So, can you tell them what's weird about the prediction envelope? It is. That is correct. That is what makes the prediction envelope strange. To the far left, there was somebody here. Hold up your arrow if you have an arrow. Ma'am, how are you? Oh, farther left. How are you doing, sir? That is a very nice hat. I need you to imagine that you have a brand new deck of cards. If I were to ask you to take out either the red or the black cards, what would you say, red or black? All right, we're going to remove the black cards and hand them to this young lady here. Ma'am, I need you to picture yourself thumbing through the black cards. There are clubs and there are spades. I need you to deal either the clubs or the spades down onto the table. What do you say, clubs or spades? Spades. So we're going to deal the spades in a line on the table. Very neatly. That's perfect. There was somebody up here. Fantastic. There are spades on the table. I need for you to turn over, say either the odd or the even cards. Just shout odd or even. Odd. So you turn the odd cards upside down. Don't worry about the face cards. We're going to mix them up a little bit. We don't know sort of which one is which. Hold up your arrow if you got one. Fantastic. I need you to hand me 2 of the cards. Do you hand me the high 2 or the low 2? The high 2. Hand me the high 2. So you're left with the 3 and the 5 of spades. Is that correct? Yeah. 3 and 5 of spades. Sir? There is a 3 and a 5 of spades sitting on the table. But they're face down. I can't tell which one is which. I'm going to reach over and I'm going to grab one. But as I'm pulling it away, you can see which card I've taken. Which card did I take? The 3 of spades. Out of 52 options, your imagination came up with the 3 of spades. This is the secret to magic. It is not real until someone has experienced it. And in that instant, it becomes real. And in that moment that it becomes real, it is real.
Or if y'all keep your imagination rolling, we'll be making a little more magic this evening. But some things, perhaps, are better left in the imagination instead of creeping away into reality. Of course, speaking of those dark areas of our mind where we conceive things that after we see them, we wish we could